Pixie say?
We're a little over halfway, she said.
Halfway to the new mall right now.
I think we could make it if we just push on.
Yes. When I lay down for this rest, I'm gonna be down for a long while. I think.
Oh, all right. Let's push on then.
Push through.
If you get in trouble, just fly off, man. We'll keep up with you.
I fear I can't fly off again for a while.
Oh, are you that hurt?
No, it's just one of those. I can only do it once a day type things.
He's done tuckered himself out, aren't you?
I fear I've been asleep longer than I should admit.
Okay. Ellis, is there any way you could turn your mic up a little bit?
I got it like right next to my mouth. Hold on, let me go through the settings.
Do you have them turned up to 200% on Discord?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. You're really loud and clear. Ellis is kind of quiet. It's alright if you can't do anything.
How about that?
No real change.
How about that? Yeah, I have the input volume up to max.
Yeah, that was actually better, I think.
Okay.
All right. So
yeah, that was just the sensitivity I changed.
All right, Theo, let's lead the way. Let's get out of here.
As Theo flies further to the north, follow her. And as you travel, again, you notice the sky doesn't really change. It's still this purple, this purple haze above you.
Purple haze.
As you travel and walk on, you notice there's a lot of these teeming like insects that fly from petal to petal above head, and you see grass moving alongside you occasionally, but nothing really appears to be hostile towards you as of now. Its time is something that's pretty difficult to tell here. The sky doesn't really change.
Daoji doesn't really care. He actually likes it here. He finds the psychedelia of it very, soothing almost. Or not soothing, but like comfortable at least.
Same, yeah. Kodal has the wandering feet. It says he has excellent memory for maps and geography. So right now he's just taking in the new scenery, the new geographical land variants and everything of this place.
All right. So, as you travel further north, you eventually find yourselves at the base of this large mountain range. You can see there's the meadows, the tall grass and flowers have kind of died down here till it's just like a regular grassland with rolling hills and plains. You see a couple paths leading into a couple different open mouths in the cave. As Elmar said, these guys live inside the mountain here.
Interesting.
I've never seen a home inside a mountain before.
You've never met a dwarf?
No,
Actually, I look around. Malnik said that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I point at Malnik and I'm like, he lives in mountains.
I do.
No, I've never really met other people before, besides the 7 sorcerers that raised me.
Oh, you're a shut-in?
Something of the sort.
Well, let's go in and see if they're friendly or not. These are the ones that are very bookish, if I remember right.
Yes.
Alright.
So you follow one of the paths into the mountain. You see, it begins to get dark, but further inside you can see luminescence. As you follow a winding tunnel, you see you see large glowing mushrooms sprouting from the walls. As the cavern opens up, there are these, as I said, the large glowing mushrooms of varying colors, some greens, oranges, and blues. Inside are built not like the dwarves of stone. These are actually built out of, it seems like, mushrooms and different like mushrooms. Some have like these moss huts, others the strange vine buildings. And you see these strange creatures. Daoji, you've never seen anything like this in the material plane. One of them, you see a couple of them milling about. They are these like hunched over, almost canine-looking individuals. They've all got all of them. You see have these hunchbacks and long, drooping tails that drag the floor behind them. They only seem to come up to maybe waist height uh, to you. They're very short. They have these long, drooping ears with holes at the bottom, kind of like the holes that a gauge would leave. Some of these have dangling earrings. They all wear robes of different colors and have shaggy hair. They're almost dog-like in a way.
Hmm.
As you enter, one of them looks up and starts to walk towards you,
I kind of lean
giving you
over.
curious looks.
I kind of lean over. Kodal, Kodal.
Yes.
I kind of want to pet it.
I fear that may not yield the best results, but I will watch nonetheless.
Daoji kind of bites his lip as the thing approaches.
It looks up towards you guys and gives a few short sniffs into the air and says, "Ah, it has been some time since mortals have visited the New Wall."
Daoji kind of shakes his head. Hi, yeah, we're not from around here, or at least I'm not. Who are you?
He said, I notes please. I am Eldothea, and you are mortal?
Yeah, my name's Daoji. This is Kodal.
Mm.
Kodo
And what?
Kodo will bow slightly as he is introduced.
And what brings mortals into the Feywild, especially to the home of the New Wall? We haven't seen mortals in years and years.
Daoji kind of crosses his arms. We heard there's a way to get into the castle, and we need to find. And he kind of makes like a blank expression. Something in 4 of these villages to get in, or do something. I can't remember. It feels like forever ago. We got into a fight on the way here. Makes my memory blank.
You're going to see the Fairy King?
Yeah. We have to.
You said
I'm-
this being's name is Alothea, correct?
Eldothea.
Eldothea. My mind is a bit fuzzy as well from, like my friend here said, the fight in the swamp, but yes, we do need to see this Fairy King.
Well, you'll need to see our elder for that. I don't know much about what lies within or how to get in, but Drisnil should know.
Where is this Drisnell?
he gestures to one of the taller vine buildings. He says, he is inside of the community building there. As he above it, a large green mushroom illuminates the area around it.
All right. Is there like a proper greeting or any formalities maybe that we should know of before we go and talk to your leader?
Let me look.
Cause I'm tired. I don't want to fight anything.
He says, no, we don't have such formalities here.
Oh, perfect. You're my kind of people. Or, yeah, anyway. Are you ready, Godel?
Yes, I'm ready to move on. A place to rest as well, Eldothea,
Yeah,
if you will.
something like that.
He says, I'm sure Grisnell can get something arranged for you here.
Well, there
Very
you
well
go.
then.
All
Thank
right.
you greatly for your time. And Koda will just bow slightly and continue to follow Daoji,
Onward.
staring at shit made out of mushrooms.
Yeah. Same.
Yep.
Don't eat it.
Coming from a fucking tower to being trapped in a tower his whole life to fucking shit made out of mushrooms in a fucking cave. The fuck?
Dog fairy
Alice
things.
in Wonderland. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland over here.
Drink me.
Giant
All right.
fucking caterpillar smoking a hookah over there.
One of them shows up. You find the elder and he's like, "Eat this." All right, let's go find this guy, Drisno.
All right. So, as you make your way in, you can see there's not so much of a door. It's like these draped vines that you can just kind of part as you push your way through. You see the Nummo in the area have kind of stopped and are looking at you with curious looks in their beady little eyes as they watch you go by. Some of their tails are kind of slowly wagging on the floor. These are not very nimble or fast creatures. You see as they walk, all of them, even the ones that you think might be young, look old and decrepit. They each have these hunched backs and walk very slowly.
I just imagine them looking like pugs. They just look like fucking pugs to me now.
Daoji rolls a wisdom check to try not to pet one of them. As he's walking by, he sees one of their tails wagging. He's like, he just stops and he kind of stares at it. They're like ugly cute, Kodal. I wanna.
Yes, they are interesting to look at, are they not?
Daoji just grunts and forces himself to keep going.
So as you make your way in, you can see the building is taller than the rest, but not very tall. It's maybe like a small two-story building. I say building, more like if you can imagine it, like a two-story hut. That's sort of wide. You can see there are different tomes lined on shelves that are built into the vine walls. And you can see a couple of Nummo milling about.
Does it, well, just looking around the area, would we be able to pick out one that looks like a leader? Like the leader, Drisno?
You can see one of them that's milling through the shelves that has on a different colored robe than you've seen the others. He's got like this a forest green with like these white accents.
Alright, Kodal's gonna point over at that one. I think that one's the leader. He has on a different robe.
Oh yeah, he does. Okay. Well, let's go ask him. Can't hurt. I'll I'll go up and I'll say, hi. Are you Drizno?
The Numo turns and looks up to you, sniffing at the air and saying, "Oh, oh, haven't seen a human in it's been so long.
How long has it been?
Oh, maybe 2,000 years."
That's a long time. That's like Daoji like picks up his fingers and starts counting. That's like at least 10 times how long I've been alive. I think. Wait. I don't know.
You must
Anyway,
be pretty old
I
for a human.
no, I'm not. I'm pretty young actually. We're hey, we need to get into the Fairy King's castle, and we need to go on some big stupid quest to get in there. Is is that something you could help us with? Because we really need to do that.
Perhaps. Why do you want to go to the Fairy King?
Well, that's a good question.
We
We,
need to leave this place. Get back
well,
to the real
yeah,
world.
and more than that, the Fairy King has some information about some pretty powerful things that we need to know about. So we're trying to help out, and of course it's not as easy as just going in and asking, because of course it isn't. We need to go in and fix his, her, its mind because something's happened. I think something went in and attacked the Fairy King. So yeah.
Oh,
When I like first entered the Fae, it was the Fairy King that attacked me. Correct.
yes,
Turned me into a tree.
yes,
Yes. That being is disturbed. He turned me into a tree.
yes. I perhaps at one point the Fairy King, Titania, wanted to knew what you were seeking, but well, many years ago, the Fairy King was turned into well, something else. Something from your lands came into our world and dealt a killing blow to the fairy's king. And she came back. From what I've studied, you people call them sin eaters.
A sin eater.
Taoji just shrugs. I have.
Daoji, you would know about sin eaters.
Oh, that's right. You did say that the Sin Eaters from my land. Okay. Daoji nods. Yeah, they're from where I was born, but I don't have too much knowledge of them, to be honest with you. Um, I don't know what we can do, but we're willing to try to help. We're pretty powerful people ourselves.
Yes, I just need a place to rest for the night, and I will
Oh,
be
that's
fighting
right.
condition again in the
Yeah,
morning.
my friend Kodal here, he got wounded on the way here. So we could really use a place to sleep or something like that if there's something like that around here. Well, I can pay. I have money. I don't know. Do you use money here? Do you maybe it's mushrooms? Mushroom money?
The Numo chuckles and says, "No, no such thing here. I'm sure we can find you a place to rest, but if you're going into the castle, you'll be needing one of the artifacts we use to seal it away. Though, like I said, I'm not sure if you'll be getting your information there.
I don't
What is it you see?"
um have you ever heard of an entity known as the Seven? Um I'll lean in and I'll whisper, they're called the Sight Simon.
Yes, I've heard of him.
One of my friends got kidnapped by them, and on top of that, one of my other friends doesn't have a lot of time. Uh, I think it's all kind of connected somehow, and we need to figure out how to how to maybe find out where they're keeping my friend at. And I could use any information that I can get because I'm kind of in the dark. The whole reason I'm here is to try to find out something.
Hmm. Hmm. There are things in the Feywild that may know more about the Seven. Titania might have at one point, but she's beyond reasoning now. Hmm.
Daoji just shrugs. I already promised the fairies I'd try to help, so there's no getting around that.
We may be able to give you our artifact, but I'd want you to do something in return.
Yeah, okay. Well, what do you need?
There's an oracle further north through a forest that has something that we lent to her many years ago, and we have been wanting to go get it back. But something has moved into that forest.
You need us to defeat it. Is it a beast or
At the
a
very
creature?
least, get our at the very least get our item back from the oracle. We don't know exactly what it is, but the people who have they have no one has seen it yet, but we have been attacked by it.
You wouldn't happen to have any maps of this land around, would you?
Hmm. Not so much maps. We don't keep track like that. We just know the land.
Oh, I see. So it looks like we're gonna be relying on you, Theo.
So says, well, that's what I came here for, isn't it?
Sure is. Alright then. What is this item that you need?
Pull 'em out. Ah, he says, we lent her a few tomes of ours, dealing in history and astrology.
Mm, astrology.
Stars.
Oh, you guys, the sky just seems kind of purple all the time.
Yes, but there is entities beyond that are worth studying for those with an interest.
Hmm, sounds a little beyond me. But okay. Books on stars.
And
Gotcha.
history.
And history.
She will know what they are. She should be expecting us.
So, do you know what moved into the woods?
Not entirely what it is. We haven't seen it, only been attacked by it. It hides out of sight in the fall, in the mist there, and throws hatchets. We've called it the Huntress.
Throws hatchets? Okay.
What sort of foe would fight like that?
Some
Curious.
kind of sentient thing that lives in the woods and throws
The
hatchets at
only
people.
we you'll know when it's coming. It hums.
This
Well,
place is spooky. Everything here is spooky. Um,
it's
okay.
very confusing. Everything's so light toned, but wanting to kill you. It's odd.
Well, nothing we can really do about that. Could we maybe find some place to sleep for the night and then we can head out and go do that.
Yes, We can get you mats here upstairs. Follow me. And he'll lead you upstairs, and he will lay out some moss mats on the floor for you guys to rest on. Says, and he says, the it has been some time since we've had visitors.
I bet.
Rest well,
Thank
and
you.
should you need anything, feel free to ask.
Thank you. This is greatly appreciated. And Kodo will just kind of bow his head a little bit and then immediately just lay down.
Kodal just Daoji watches him lay down and kind of chuckles and then looks over at Molnick. Are you good here?
Yeah, hey, they're soft enough for me.
All right. I'm
Yes,
gonna
this
wander.
moss is quite soft. I don't think I've ever slept on anything as soft as this.
Oh really? I'll go out and like pat it. Oh, it is soft. Oh, okay. I'm gonna wander around for an hour or so and then I'll come
Yeah,
back for a sleep.
Molnick says, well, I've been walking around too much today. He kicks off his boots and sits down and says, I'm with Kodal on this one. I'll be having me a bit of shut-eye.
I I pull out the half bottle of the good shit that I have because I have a bottle and a half left, and I'll give the half bottle to him.
Hey,
Sure,
good man.
not all of it. I want some too when I get back.
All right, just make it quick.
Hmm. And I'll just kind of aimlessly wander around the village for an hour or so, just see what there is to see, and then come back.
I'll be right back. I think my food's here.
Okay, go ahead and roll just for funsies, just to see what all may be going on. Just perception, or just a d20 if it's a negative value.
I got a +3 perception.
Yeah, perception's fine then.
Ah,
5. Okay. It's mostly just to see for me to look on a, because I have a random chart table here.
okay.
So as you're walking around uh, this village, it's not terribly large of a village, but you get the sense from you see a couple come in from a path to the west. You get the sense that there's more of these villages spread throughout the mountain of the Numwo. Um, you see these guys seem like they're pretty well versed in magic. You see a couple of them carving out some runes, and you see some other ones performing some incantations to raise some incantations with their with these short little staffs made to Numwo height. And when they're done, you can see this patch of moss and stone rise on its own and form a little hut.
Interesting. I'm gonna go up to one of the rune crafters, and I'm gonna go up and kind of say, are those magic by any chance?"
It the Numwo looks to you and says, "Yes, they have a bit of enchanted properties to them."
I'm gonna go into the woods and fight the humming huntress for you guys. I was wondering, I pull out my quarterstaff. Is there anything you could maybe do to enhance this by any chance? Maybe uh,
Never mind. False alarm.
I had an idea like maybe I could hit something and make it light up, so it'd be easier to spot in a dark wood. Or we were fighting these dog like oh sorry we were fighting like these four-legged creatures that they kept kind of vanishing and disappearing, or there was two of them at once, and it was very hard to keep track of.
Hmm. Perhaps if you deal with the problem in the woods, I might be able to exchange that favor for your favor. If you leave your staff here, perhaps by the time you're back, I will have I will have time to make your enchantment.
Daoji just shrugs and hands it over to him. That sounds fine to me. That's what we're doing in the morning. We're going to be leaving and going to take care of that.
Sorry, what was that?
I give him the quarterstaff and I say, yeah, in the morning we're gonna go take care of that.
Very well. The Numo takes the staff and sets it to the side and says, "If you deal with that a favor for a favor."
Cool. Okay, thank you. And I guess with that, I'll head back and get some sleep for the night.
All right. Is there anything else y'all want to do?
I wrestle Molnick for the last of the bits of the bottle, and then I go to sleep.
All right.
Copus is passed out. Expended a lot of spell slots.
So you all rest for some period of time. As I said, time's hard to discern here. But you get your full rest and come to.
Alright. I'll wake up, and I basically just sleep in my robes anyway, so get up, grab whatever I have with my gear, stretch, and I'll go nudge Molnick and Kodal to get up and at him.
No, Kotal's already awake
Right.
by the time you're up. He's sitting there just in a meditative pose, just meditating.
Alright.
As you approach Malnik to nudge him, Kotal's just gonna, with his eyes closed, he's just gonna say, "This one farts loudly in his sleep."
Well, he's a dwarf, and trust me, if you drank this stuff, you would too. Anyway, are you ready to go? Are you feeling better?
Yes, a lot better. Less stiff.
Alright then. Let's go take care of this problem in the woods.
Malnik rolls over and pushes himself up. Oh. Oh, God. He starts putting on his armor and his boots and everything. Says, "All right. All right. I'm ready.
What's wrong, Molnick?
I drank a little too much, I think."
Oh. It's... Man, hearing that from a dwarf never gets old. Alright. You know, I've been drinking this stuff for like months straight. I think if I went back to regular alcohol, I just wouldn't even feel it.
That must be some strong stuff.
You want to try some of it?
I'm not too shy from trying things. Why not?
All right, here though, I'll give him like half a shot, and I hand it over to him like, you know, this is all you need.
Yeah, Kotal will go ahead and take it and take the shot. Go ahead and throw it back.
Wow.
Whoa, that has some kick to it.
And then Kodal's liver fails for being asleep for however long.
Yeah, just straight.
You've been awake for 2
Wake
days.
up from a coma, fucking 1,000-year coma into liver failure.
Drinks 300 proof alcohol.
Man, welcome to the Daoji party.
Initiation rituals.
Oh well, I'm not one to be outdone, so I'll take half a shot as well. And Daoji just kind of goes cross-eyed for about half a second, and then refocuses and tucks it back in his bag.
How does Kodal feel after drinking that stuff?
Probably pretty intense. Man.
Roll a con save.
Oh boy. 12.
Yeah, you've been asleep for a while. So it's like a little, even with just half a shot, it's like a little more than just a buzz.
Yeah, that stuff's. What'd you call it again?
Desert Rose.
Wow.
I own part
Desert
of the brewery.
Rose. You own that.
Some of it.
That's very good stuff.
Yeah. It's been my friend for many a long journey.
Oh, this is far better than Master's old Sky Gin. Here, one more shot, please.
Uh, no, not.
We have a long way to travel to
I know.
fight this beast or whatever.
I know, and that's why I think maybe we should hold off until we beat her, and then we'll celebrate, alright?
Very well then.
Yeah. Sometimes I drink this stuff and I pass out for like 3 whole weeks, man.
Oh, it has that sort of effect.
Yeah, but I kind of drink too much.
Well, the celebration will be needed after we defeat whatever this beast
Hell
is.
yeah, we're gonna go get that oracle drunk as hell. Let's do it.
Let's be off then. Are
Away.
you ready to go, small person?
Aye. Never been more ready. All rested up, ready to go.
Let's do it. Daoji handstands down the path.
So you guys head past, kind of along the mountains, towards the north, unless there was any other preparations you needed.
No.
Uh,
Cuddle just freaking gets up and goes.
I've got a superior potion in my pocket, so I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys head along the mountains. It's no longer like the meadow with grass and flowers and these tall, like, mushroom and almost tree-like flower structures. It's this plain grassland where the grass, instead of like the green, it's turning into like a purple almost to match the sky. Um, and you see like these odd creatures. They're almost like they move around like rabbits, but they're like little monkeys almost traveling through the grass, picking up these insects and eating them, moving along, and other creatures of a similar sort as you travel through. You travel for quite some time, it seems, for in the distance. You see many, many miles off the forest in the distance, but closer to you in this grassland, you see a lone standing tree. It's pretty large with expansive branches. You see a myriad of butterflies kind of floating around this tree.
Huh.
I'll kind of put my hand out as like a halt. I'm gonna like squint my eyes even more squintier than they are and see if I can look around and see something.
Roll a perception check.
All right. Squinty eyes, don't fail me, please. Fuck.
Here.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that's not quite gonna cut it. You're gonna need. I'm just gonna say you'll need no less than a 20.
I'll try it. Fuck.
Not quite. It's just a tree swaying in the wind.
The
Far-
two chinks are freaking squinting, having an eye squint contest right now.
What do your squinty eyes see? Sky.
What are you squinting for? What are you squinting for?
Well, I don't know.
Open
How
your
far?
eyes, fool.
Look with your eyes. I am. And what I see. The Primarch. I don't know. How far away is the tree?
For reference, just like as a rough sketch, if the forest is up here and you guys are down here, the trees may be like over here, just like a little out of your way to the
Fuck
east
it.
side there.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go take a look at it.
Yeah, Coda will follow cautiously behind
I'm just gonna say,
with his
that
guard up
tree
a
looks
little
pretty
bit.
neat. I want to see the butterflies.
Yes, be cautious. I don't think things are what they seem around here. Even though I
Fia,
can't
do
see
you
it.
do you know anything about that
Yeah,
tree?
yo, as you guys start heading there, she says, "We shouldn't go over there.
Oh, why?
That's where the Cathay lives."
I don't,
Cathay.
I don't know what that is. Okay, Theo says we shouldn't go over
Says
there.
she says, "Cathay is The oldest creature I know about. He's a nasty thing.
Yes,
It's full of lies and deceit.
let's
Wait,
definitely avoid the Cathay.
you said it's old?
The oldest thing I know about.
But that's who I need to talk to then. That's what the vampire lady said. She said find beings older than her. If the oldest things I can find and talk to them. That's what she said.
Hmm. You find yourself in trouble often, don't you, friend?
But
Malnik openly laughs at this.
um
You could say that.
I'm walking around in
Ah,
fairyland, dude. What do you think?
true
Alright.
enough.
Here. In let's do this. On the way back, I wanna go talk to him.
Very well. You shall have my flame and support.
I'm yeah, I'm pretty good about those kind of things.
All right, one sec. Do think my food is here now, though.
Okay.
All right, I shall return.
Theo, is he dangerous?
Depends on what you mean by dangerous. I won't go over there. When you go, I'll just meet you back at the New Mo then.
Oh.
He
Well,
won't openly attack you, if that's what you mean.
that's really more than I can ask for. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I didn't come here to not take risks. I gotta try whatever I can do. There's a chance that your king or whatever, like the guy said, might not even know anymore.
He feels quiet and for the first time looks very nervous at this prospect.
Daoji kind of frowns. I'm sorry. I didn't really mean that.
The more or less of the prospect of anything to do with the Cathay.
Oh.
She seems to be very fearful of this creature.
I understand. But I'm not the smartest man in the world.
All right, I'm back. False
Okay.
alarm again.
Feels bad.
Daoji takes shit.
Ah,
Alright, let's ignore that prospect for now and go see what's up with the wood hummer.
yes. Nonetheless, I shall keep my guard focused on that tree. You watch the front.
Theo said it's not going to attack us.
Oh, well, good to know then.
So, to the forest or to the Cathay?
To the forest.
Forest.
Alright. So, ignoring the Cathay for now, you walk towards the forest. There's no path, but as you walk further and further in, it gets darker and darker. Any light coming from the sky getting kind of blinded out, except for like these small trickles, these small little beams of light that are like beacons in the dark. There's eventually a heavy mist become finds you find yourselves in like a heavy mist after you walk for some time into this forest. You see in the darkness, occasionally you'll see these beady white eyes looking at you from from the branches and treetops. You'll hear something slither in leaves or in grass in the forest, but it's hard to see.
I'll
Uh,
take point. I've got sanctuary up.
okay. Yeah, what is the marching order going to be?
Um, yeah, I don't know, want to go Daoji, Kodal, Malnik, and then the little fairy pixie guy can float.
Okay. So, as you make your way further and further into this forest, let's see here. The fog is rolled in, and you see, like I said, it's hard to see. I don't know if anyone has dark vision or not.
I don't.
I do.
Yeah, so you can kind of see, but even with the dark vision, the fog makes it kind of difficult. But you can see like there are creatures, strange creatures with multiple limbs and these elongated tails and fangs that are in the distance on treetops, keeping beady white eyes on you.
And whenever it looks like something's gonna like get a little too curious, I'll just go ahead and like shoot off like warning fire bolts left and right
You might.
periodically.
Daoji kind of turns when you do that. I'm like, hey, don't do that, man. You're gonna freak something out.
Well,
We're in the
these are
woods.
just
What if you start a
warning
fire or
shots.
something?
I can control my flames just fine, thank you.
Daoji kind of makes a face, but okay.
So you make your way further in, and eventually you hear it. You can hear the humming in the distance.
I'll be like, hey, you hear that?
Wait, before we start, my food is here now. Damn. All right. All right.
I'm gonna go.
All right.
I'll go grab a beer then.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
The Hummer.
All right. I'm back. I'm back.
Right?
And I have food.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna motion the others to stay back a bit, and because I speak every language under the sun, I'm gonna take a few steps forward towards the humming. I say, "Hello."
So you say you're going to take a few steps towards the humming. The problem is that this humming seems almost directionless.
Oh,
It just seems to be echoing from all over.
all right then.
But you can attempt to speak.
I'll say, "My name is Daoji. Can you hear me? Can we speak?"
What's your armor class?
19. And it needs to make a 16 wisdom saving throw to even
Right.
hit me.
So got a 20 on that saving throw.
Okay then.
So, Daoji, as you speak, you hear it before you see it, the twirling of an axe in air before it strikes you in the shoulder.
Would this count as a missile? Could I
Yeah, I
maybe
was about
deflect
to
this?
ask the same thing.
Yeah,
Okay. It's re damage reduction 28.
okay.
If that can like pretty much, if that is all the damage, you can catch it and throw it back,
Yeah.
or just
You
catch it.
reduce the damage down to 1.
Oh,
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Alright. Okay, I reduced the damage down to 1, so it's like as it's about to come and strike me in the shoulder, it just barely nicks me because my reflexes are so fast.
Yes. And I
was
need you
I
to make
able to
a
spot
con
where?
save.
Was I able to spot where that came from?
You can try, make a perception.
All right,
My constitution save is plus 8. 24.
Alright, so
5.
your as the blade nicks you, Daoji, you see the wound on your finger flash up this deep blue color, but the effects don't quite find purchase on you, and you are not slowed for this turn.
Alright, could I try a perception to see where it came from?
Sure.
What the fuck? Okay. Well. Okay.
So,
I'm gonna step forward a little bit with like a half guard stance, and I'm gonna attempt to be as persuasive as I can. We do not wish to fight you, spirit, or whatever you may be. We know you own this area. We merely wish to pass. What we seek is on the other side. Please allow us to pass without conflict.
you only get the humming in response.
I don't think she wants to listen to us, man.
Very well then. She leaves us no choice. Yeah, Kotal will assume
Kodo,
combat stance.
Kodo Molnik, take a defensive position behind a tree somewhere until we find out where she is. I'll stay out in the open. Try to see where she's coming from.
Very well. I shall keep watch. Yeah, and Kotal will dart off behind this tree.
Yeah. I'll tell Molnik to take cover somewhere. Keep an eye out, and I'll stay out and try to draw her fire.
Alright. So where are you, Doji? If you want to place yourself somewhere. Okay. So do we want to roll initiative?
Yeah. Shit.
I got a good initiative.
Okay. Total yours was a 22?
Yep.
Yeah, I got an 8.
Alright. That actually puts Kotal up first.
All right. Hold on a second. All right. Yep, I can do this. I am going to expend 1 sorcery point, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clap my hands real quick and then take a fighting stance. But while I'm doing it, I'm going to point at Daoji, and then one finger at myself, and now we are both hasted.
Both of you, huh?
Yep, I have twin spell. I use a twin spell for that. So
Sick.
yep, and
Daoji on speed.
yeah, I made a sorcerer monk that can haste himself. Yes,
Hmm.
but yeah, with that, Kodal is just going to um, stay hidden and observe.
All
So
right.
I'm going to hold a firebolt for if I see an axe come whizzing, I'm going to return fire on wherever, if I can spot the origin of that axe. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm holding fireball.
Okay.
Daoji can fucking flash step now. My movement's fucking 130.
Yep.
Straight up, just fucking Nani.
All right.
Total just straight up. Iksu!
Oh my god, Cinder.
Anime
So,
Chomp Squad activate.
so after Kodal, it's going to be Malnik, who's going to hold his ground and take a defensive stance. Then the Huntress is going to move. Okay. All right. So as you look around, Daoji, another axe comes twirling towards you.
Okay. Reduce it by 23.
Am I able to spot where it came from as well?
You can roll perception.
Can I do that too?
Damn.
Yeah, that's fine.
I am not fucking.
13.
You know what? No, it's not even worth it for me to use that skill yet.
You know it was somewhere in this direction, Daoji. You managed to reduce that 123. You reduced that one down to 2, and
Okay.
roll another con save.
I'm gonna spend a key to re-roll that with Diamond Soul.
Okay.
19.
Nice.
Good, you pass.
Excellent.
So 2 damage and no adverse effects.
I'm like made for this encounter. Holy shit. Alright. Alright. Is it my turn?
Yeah, sorry.
Alright. I look at Kodal and I point in the direction I think is coming from. And since I'm hasted, I fucking flash step. I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna put myself like right here and see if I can see anything.
Roll a quick perception.
19.
Nice.
Stealth for her. Oof. Not 20 to stealth.
Hon.
Maybe. Hold on. Let me look up luck again. Luck.
I think you can use it to.
And you can also. Nah. I don't.
Well, no, because you didn't cause an effect on that.
I don't think I. Nah, I can't luck that.
Not just yet, you can't.
Oh well.
So run out and look, but you can't, you don't quite spot her just yet, but you know this is the direction the axe came from.
Alright, well I have plenty of movement, so I flash step over there, look around. I don't see her, so I'm gonna put myself back, kind of like in the middle of these woods here, and I'll take a dodge action.
All right. So we're back up to you, Codal.
All right. Mm, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shoot a firebolt right here, and then another firebolt right here. So I'm
Sorry,
gonna
where
shoot
was the first one? I didn't see it.
right up here,
Okay.
and then right here. I'm just
Okay.
gonna fire 2 firebolts.
You can roll attacks on him.
Alright. 12 and a 19.
Bolts soar through the
Say
mist. Go ahead.
12 for this one, 19 for this one.
Yeah, the fire bolts are hurled through the mist, and you can see they kind of part the mist in these like small firebolt-shaped holes. Kind of burns through the mist. You can see they keep going for some time before striking one of these great old trees. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like either of them find purchase on any target.
Alright.
I'll just like standing there, and after a while, it's like da 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 da.
Just to see if I can provoke anything also before I end my turn. Kodal's gonna sprint out and then stand for a second and then sprint back behind another tree. Only like a sprint second. I have a speed of 80 or 90 right now, so.
Okay. So after you, it's Malnik, who is going to, not quite liking how far away from the others he is now. He's going to, as soon as Roll20 lets me, zoom in. He's going to move up here behind this tree and take another defensive. Daoji, or not Daoji, sorry, the Huntress is up now. So, what's your armor class, Kodal?
14.
Okay. So, it hits. Do you have the deflection thing as well, or does this?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use that as well. So that's just D20 plus
No,
your
it's
monk level. What is it?
no, it's 1d10 plus some
Plus your
shit.
monk, plus your level.
I think it's 10
Oh,
plus your
1d10
wisdom plus your
6
proficiency.
plus plus 6 plus dexterity modifier plus. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, it says plus 6 because I am level 6 monk. Yeah, it's plus your monk level plus dexterity modifier.
Oh,
So 19.
yours is 19. How's that possible? It can't be higher than mine.
Or I mean 9. 1d10 plus 9.
How's that?
Oh, shit.
It can't be that. It's not possible.
My monk level is 6. My dexterity modifier is
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I was thinking of something else. My bad. 2 beers in.
18.
damage.
So it's going to be.
And I'm also I want to see if I could trace that back to where it came from.
Yeah, so you're going to take 12 damage. And roll me a con save.
Alright. Here's the con save. Oof, 11.
So you take 12 damage, and Kodal is your.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
use my favored soul, favored by the gods. I can roll an additional 2d4. So.
Before for your save.
Wow! Wow!
Was that for your?
So
Yeah, it didn't quite help you there.
Snake eye.
Fuck me.
You're looking for a 15, unfortunately.
Can I make a perception, see where that came from?
Yeah, you guys can do that.
Fuck
So
me.
Kodal, this next turn, as you feel this, magic seep into you. As the blade cuts through your arm, you raise and you're able to deflect it some, but it gashes as you raise your arm up. It gashes along, kind of in between your shoulder or your elbow and your hand, and you see this deep blue running up your veins, and you feel very sluggish and lethargic. Your movement speed is 15 for until the end of your next turn, and you can use an action or bonus action, but not both.
Damn. How does that work with my haste?
It overrides it for this next turn.
Okay. You said I took 12 damage, correct?
Yes.
Alright.
Let me go and roll perception for Malnik.
Yeah, he needs to get that fucking hammer whipping around.
Okay. So, Daoji, you're up.
I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna hurricane this area right here. Up here in this left-hand corner between these two trees.
Okay.
And that's. Actually, I need to pull up the Daoji powers again. Hurricane. So it's a dexterity saving throw. And if it hits anything and she passed or she failed, it's a 30 damage and she's not prone.
Okay. So as you hurricane that area, the fog is blown away, and you can see the branches and trees, the branches of the trees high above shake and tremble. There's actually a couple of animals. These a couple animals. One is like this leopard-like creature falls to the ground here. Another is a it's like a snake, a large black snake with these piercing red eyes fall, and they both, as they fall, knock prone over here. But unfortunately, you don't see the huntress.
Alright, then I'm gonna take my movement, I'm gonna run back here. Do I
Okay,
see anything?
not back there,
Alright.
fortunately.
With the rest of my movement, I'll. I have a shit ton of movement. I'm gonna go over here now. I'm just like running between the trees all around.
All right, Kodal, or is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna expend a spell. These are 5-foot squares.
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So, from about. Just go ahead and draw it first. Alright. Yeah, so I'm going to expend a second level spell slot, and I'm going to cast Agan Azar's Scorcher, and I'm going to kind of angle it like this way in
Mm-hmm.
between those trees, and I'm going to sprint from this tree to this tree. Or 5, 5, 10, 15. I'll move to here.
Okay.
That is my turn.
So, Malnik takes his hammer. Let's see what Ooh, nice. First one's gonna hit and chucks it over here.
Over
And you
where?
hear down here.
Okay.
And you hear it find purchase on something. And you hear the huntress cry out. Let me. She has been revealed. She was sitting down here when she hit. She moved down here when she hit Kodal.
Mm. Cheeky slut.
So. Now, and let's roll damage for him. Oops. Damn, not bad. 21 damage, Malnik. You only hit once. Forgot how good that fucking hammer is.
That
hammer
fucking
is
hammer.
super duper.
So,
Oh,
she
yeah.
hit. You all turn and can see now that she's been revealed. It's this lumbering woman. And she's wearing like these big heavy boots and like almost like a lumberjack's outfit, like the blue almost overall like with a heavy shirt underneath. She has this long black hair flowing behind her with a that's underneath like a bridal veil, and on her face is obscured. It's because she's wearing this. It's like a porcelain bunny mask that's covered in blood.
That's not good.
Well, don't you look pretty for battle?
So, after Melnick, who now that he's spotted her, is going to step kind of behind the tree here to obscure vision. It is going to be her turn. So, let's see. She is going to, as soon as it lets me grab her, Jesus Christ, please. Let's see. She has 45 feet of movement, so she's going to get to move all the way up here to you, Kodal. And you can see she has hatchets strapped to her belt, but now she's carrying this large great axe. She runs towards you. You can see the head of the. She brings the head of this bloody great axe down towards you.
Alright, I'm going to, as a reaction, cast Shield.
Okay, what's that bring your AC up to?
19.
Okay. So, you block the first attack. As you bring the shield up, her axe bounces off and she cries out in a frustrated, angry tone before trying to bring it down again. The shield holds for a moment as you can see, Daoji, as you look, you can see the would you like to, what's your shield look like when you bring it out, Han?
Alright, so it literally just flames just jump and leap off of my body automatically, and they kind of intercept blows in midair.
And so it does, as these flames leap out, you guide them and they leap out the first time, holding the blade in place, bouncing it back as she brings it down the second time. It holds. Daoji, you can see the orange and red sparks in the distance as light now illuminates the battlefield. The sparks hold for a moment before eventually giving way. The two tongues of flame that leapt out to stop the blow dissipate into smoke and ash as the blade cuts through you for 15 damage.
Damn.
That's her turn. Daoji, you're up.
Daoji sees this and flash steps behind her. And I'm moving so fucking fast right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do boop, boop, stunning strike on her.
That's a con save.
Oh wait, shit! I forgot. Haste gives you a +2 to AC also. So
That last one still hit.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, she needs to make a stunning strike. It's a DC 16.
Con?
Yeah.
17, just barely made it.
Alright, and since I'm hasted, I get another attack action. Can I make a grapple check on her?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to restrain her with a grapple check. Ah, fuck, I'm gonna luck it. Fuck me!
She got a 24.
Alright, well, it wouldn't have worked anyway. Well, it might have worked, whatever.
You never know with luck.
yeah,
See, plus 7,
I try
could have got that.
Yeah, I try to jump on her back and I like grab at her neck and her arms, but she's big as fuck, so she probably just
Yeah,
throws me off
she's
the
like
thing.
8 foot tall.
Yeah. So I
Like, no joke, she's towering above you guys.
I
She
run
looks
behind
down.
her and I punch her in the spine, trying to stun her, and then I try to jump up on her, but she probably throws me off or something.
Yeah, so as you, how much damage is that? 27?
27 damage.
Let me mark that. So as you throw yourself on her, she's like wiping the Kotal's blood off on her sleeve from her axe. As you throw yourself at her, you like put your foot up on the tree and bounce and like propel yourself off of it towards her, kicking her in the spine and throwing yourself on her, trying to grapple her. But she's larger than you. She turns and with a shoulder just pushes you off.
Yeah.
And we are back up to, unless you're not done.
No, I tumble out in the dirt and I land nearby. I'm like, damn, she's big.
It is your go, Kotal.
Alright. Kotal is going to put his hand on the hilt of his wakizashi, and then he's going to draw one foot back and take a stance. As he does that, flames are just going to slowly start wreathing his body. I'm using a bonus action, and I am unsheathing my mantle of flame. You shed a bright light in 30-foot radius and dim light an additional 30 feet. Any creature takes fire damage equal to your charisma modifier if it hits you with a melee attack from within 5 feet of you, or if it touches you. Whenever you roll fire damage on your turn, the roll gains a bonus equal to your charisma modifier. So, as I do that, and I'm going to draw back, as I'm putting my hand on the blade of my wakizashi, I'm mumbling the words, and I am using the haste action to cast Green Flame Blade. So that's my haste action to cast that, and then I will use my regular attack actions to attack this thing. So the first one, unsheathing the blade to hit 26.
Ooh, yeah, that's definitely hits. That definitely hits. Holy shit.
Yeah, 26, 27. So 2 fucking quick slashes. One upward slash from the unsheathing, and then another one downwards. So wakizashi, and then...
So yeah, as you perform your Iajutsu here.
Are you still hasted?
Yeah.
So you get another attack roll.
Yeah, on that second attack roll is the 27. Because I used the haste action to cast Green Flame Blade. Yep. And so I'm using my regular action.
Oh, do you have multi-attack?
Yeah, I'm monk. And then
yeah, that's right.
I'm going to expend key point. So this is the second slash damage. Key point to after I bring it sideways with another attack, I'm gonna follow through with 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay.
Nice. So fucking crit on one of them, and then fucking alright. Nice.
How many attacks do you have?
Nice.
You really have that many attacks?
Yeah, this is one of the combos that I had in mind when I was building him.
What are those first 2 d6s?
So, my macros are all separated. Sorry. So, 4 damage plus.
No, like what did those come from? Like that first d6 and that second d6
that I just rolled.
No, in the before when the in between above and below the 2d8s. So
that was my wakizashi. So
okay, and the 2d8 is the spell damage from the that you put on the wakizashi.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Green Flame Blade. So 4.
And then those are the unarmed strikes. Gotcha.
Plus 15, but one of those unarmed strikes is a crit,
Right.
and I max damaged it. So how do we do crits in this one?
Just
Double
go
the
ahead and
dice
double
roll.
the damage.
Oh,
I'm just gonna make it double damage
okay.
from now on. Just fuck it.
All right.
So instead of 9, make that 18.
Plus another 9. So 49 damage.
49. Damn,
Yep.
it's pretty
And
good.
yeah, I'm gonna stay within range. I'm not gonna move. That was my turn.
I hate to be that guy, but with haste you can't cast spells using a haste action.
It's a concentration, but what about casting instantaneous
That
spells?
action can only be used to take one weapon attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Okay, so I did the. Okay, so I'll just take away one of those Wakizashi attacks then, the 4 damage one. So bring that down by 4 damage then.
Okay.
Yep, still the same amount. So instead of 49, 45. Shit, I'm still gonna fucking take that damage. I will still take that.
So, as you basically do some Iajutsu here, casting the spell and unsheathing your blade in the same motion, performing a quick cut along the body of the huntress, is a vertical slash. You can see this one definitely got some damage on her as the flames.
Wait, sorry, one more thing. My charisma modifier is a 3, so 3 more damage on top of that.
Okay.
For the fire damage from the blade. So,
Okay.
Isn't that what the
Yep.
+3 is at the end of the 2d8s?
No, this +3 comes from my mantle of flyer. My mantle of fire being activated right now.
Okay. I don't know.
My mantle of flame from my sorcery class. Whenever
Alright.
I deal fire damage, I get a bonus equal to my charisma modifier.
Alright, so as the blade wreathed in flame slashes upwards, you can see the flame catches on her woolen tunic underneath, which she, with one fist, bats it out as Malnik comes running forward, throwing himself into the fray with his hammer. 24, nat 20, Malnik, holy shit.
Kazad, I'm a new.
Come in and slam dunk that hammer on her fucking noggin.
Kazad.
She comes in with a whopping 30 extra damage. She leaps the one across the knee, bringing her down. The second one straight into the spine, nearly knocking her up as she slams her axe into the ground and pulls herself up by it. He looks to you, Cold, and says, "Hey, you might want to be backing up for this one after what the dogs did to you."
I need to stretch out my muscles. This fight
He-
shoots.
Alright, he just kind of talks and says, "If you say so, if you say so." So, Huntress. Oosh. Fucking crit city today. Not on you. The one attack lands on you, the other one crits Melman.
Okay. Sorry, dwarf. You're taking this crit for me, boy.
So, still gonna take 23 points of damage, though. Total. Monarch's gonna take 34. Oof. So as the axe is brought down on you, she cries out, swings towards Malnik, catching him across the face. Blood spills out on the ground as he clutches the wound with one hand, pulling himself up and says, "You're gonna pay for that one." Damn. So Daoji, you're up.
Alrighty. Since we're just doing damage, pain train right now. Okay. Crit.
Kotal's
I think everyone's fucking crit this turn.
Kotal's gonna speak out to Daoji, and he's gonna point out, position yourself right here. Put her against that tree. Can you
You're looking for an 18, by the way.
Can you do one of your knockback punches? Knock her away.
She moves. You move after me, don't you?
Yeah, I'm at the top.
Well, I hit twice. So that's 22 damage. Wait, no. We're doing double damage now, so it would be.
So which one crit was it? That first one?
No, it was a 3. So it would be
3 and 5, so
8.
5, 6, 9, 8. 8 times 2, 16. Extra 16 damage. No, so it'd be 6 and 5 is 11.
It would be
plus 16.
No, what? 5 plus 3 is 8, and then double the damage would be
16.
16, so 16
plus 6 and 5, which is 11.
Yeah, 16 plus 11, so 27 damage. And I'm gonna try to knock her prone instead.
Okay. That's Dex or Strength?
That's a Dex.
Okay.
DC 16 Dex.
6. So she is knocked prone.
Alrighty, go to fucking town on her, Kotal.
What'd you say that damage was? 27?
20, 16 plus 11, 27. Yeah.
Yeah.
I made 4 attacks. Right? No, I made 3. Never mind. Okay, yeah, that's all.
Okay.
So you got advantage on her.
Awesome.
Yeah, so Kotal, you're up. She is prone. As Daoji, a flurry of blows and then a sweeping kick, knocking the knees out from under her. She just got crit twice, so she was kind of huffing and puffing from that. As Daoji sweeps, knocking her completely off her feet.
Would that advantage extend to, say, if I was to throw fire bolts down on her? Would they be advantage also? Because aren't they considered ranged spells? But she's prone.
Since you're right on top of her, I'll say yeah.
Okay, cool.
Typically I'd have to read the range rules again. I think typically from a distance, not so much, but since you're right on top of her, I'll give it to you.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and expend 2 sorcery points then to quicken spell and cast firebolt down on her ass.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just fucking hit with it.
Yeah, those both definitely hit.
17. And then I'm going to rain down a fucking flurry upon her. So with the haste, I get the attack action, but because I took an additional attack action, can I make another unarmed or spend another key point for another flurry of blows after that? So can I actually have 4 flurry of blows? That's what I'm asking before I go out and fucking shit out rolls.
If you're doing melee, it's 4, and then you get an additional 1 attack. You get 1 weapon attack with haste.
Yeah.
It's not like an attack action.
Yeah, but what I'm saying... Yeah. Okay, weapon attack. Okay, yeah. Alright, so... Yeah, I guess the first 2 then, regular attack actions, are just going to be kicks sent down at her. So, yeah, fucking 25 on that first one, 19 on that second. And then I'm going to do 2 flurry of blows, so I'm going to spend a key point for that. 19 for the first one, 23 for the second. So that's 4 attacks already. And then my 1 Wakizashi attack. Ooh, 18. Does 18 hit?
Just barely.
Alright. So all 4 flurry of blows, or 2 flurry of blows hits. So.
And remember, the 2 flurry of blows is a unarmed attack.
Yep. Wakizashi does the same amount of damage as my fist. Okay, so 9. 5d6 plus 9. Okay, yeah. 24 damage on that.
All right. So. All right. So.
And since she's prone, I'm gonna go ahead and back up a little bit to over here.
Okay. So as you
Yeah.
cast your firebolts down on her and then unleash your flurry of blows, you quickly step away. Malnik is going to take the opportunity to kind of move with his, kind of putting his shield between you and her, and then attacking himself. 22, 21, both of those hit, Malnik. Good job. 17 damage. So it's Malnik slamming his hammer down onto her as she is knocked prone. Daoji, actually no, it's the Huntress. Sorry, you get any of those mixed up. She's going to push herself up, and now that she's bloodied, her passive, No One Escapes Death, is going to activate.
That sounds fun.
Blood for the blood.
Tell them what they won this time, Bob.
Yeah.
So, Daoji, I want to take 2 hits.
Okay, my AC is 21 right now.
Okay. Yeah, those both still hit, and with No One Escapes Death passive increasing her damage, you're going to suffer 44 points of damage.
Lovely.
Oof.
As you see, as she pushes herself up, there are these runes on the blade burning a vibrant purple and red. And as she slashes the blade across her chest twice, you see the runes flash up. And even though the blade has left your body, you feel this residual pain coursing through you.
Yeah, Daoji lets out a scream and he's like takes a stagger back. Pretty painful.
You're up.
Okay. Well, it worked so well the last time. Smash her. Shit. Fuck. Alright, so that's 3 hits. And a dex saving throw for her. 25 damage.
Alright. 16, right?
Yeah.
Just barely made the 16.
Shit.
It was close. It was right on the dot. So that's still 25? Yeah, she's getting pretty low.
I can tank another one of those.
Alright. So as you launch yourself onto her, flurry of punches, and then you try going for the knees again. This time she's braced for it. She plants her feet firmly on the ground, and your kick finds purchase, but her knees are as strong as the roots of these trees at this point. She stands firm, looking down on you, wiping the blood off of her axe as a twisted grin sprawls across her face.
Good bunny. Good bunny.
Han, you're up. Oh no, Daoji. No, yeah, Daoji just went, so Kotal's up. Yeah, my bad.
Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna dig in and then I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna sheath the Wakizashi, and Kotal is gonna start up a new kata, and I'm gonna throw out because I have 30 feet range when I can do this from 30 feet away. So I'm gonna throw out 2 radiant sun bolts as my attack actions. Oof. So that 21 hits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking for an 18.
Alright. And then I will spend another key point to throw out 2 more radiant sun bolts. 22, 27. All right. And then I will spend another 2 sorcery points to quicken spell. And as a bonus action, I will finish out the kata with a fucking bolt of lightning. Just aim
Okay.
straight at her.
Does she make a save, or do you?
Yeah, it's a dex save. DC 16.
Ooh, she only made a 10, so she's gonna take the full damage. So it's 33 and 13, right?
Yep. So
So that's
46 damage.
46.
Yep.
How do you want to do that, Kodal?
All right, yeah, just like I said, I sheath my wakizashi and then I pull back. And Kodo's martial arts look kind of like a old school Okinawan karate. So he just draws back, and then 2 punches are 2 fire or flame sun bolts from his fist, and then he's gonna spit around 1 high kick, 1 low kick, and then he's gonna finish it off by drawing backwards and then pointing 2 fingers out, and a lightning bolt is just gonna streak across and just fucking shoot into that bitch.
Yeah, and it slams right to her chest.
To round that out, I'm going to take a few steps back, and then I'll step forward and give her the sweet chin music right to her solar plexus and kick her against the tree.
Yeah, so the bolt of lightning slams into her chest. As she's falling, Daoji kicks, and the body slams into this tree. As it does, the Daoji, you watch as the porcelain mask falls off. And it's a featureless face. You can see where once there might have been eyes and a mouth. But it's as if the body thought those were wounds, and this scab-like skin has grown over them.
This isn't some kind of fairy. What the hell is this? I'll go up and I'll grab the mask off the ground.
Kodo will walk up, dusting himself off. I am also going to use, as I'm walking up, dusting myself off, my healing hands on myself. So that just gives me another 14 HP.
Yeah, Malnix went ahead and got out some wrappings to wrap himself up with.
Daoji's good. He uses his quick healing powers to just kind of stop the bleeding from his chest. I look at the mask over and I'm like, this is weird. Something like this shouldn't exist. What the hell is this?
I agree. This is very strange.
I'm gonna check its pulse.
It seems dead.
Good enough.
There is no pulse.
How about the great axe that it was using? You said it had some runes on it. Kodo's gonna go ahead and bend over and pick it up just to inspect the axe.
Okay.
What
are you?
Am I able to maybe read any of these runes? Maybe kind of get an idea of what the purpose of the axe is for. What it does.
Some of those creatures from the village might be able to.
Runes like this aren't particularly for reading in that way. If you have a identify spell, you might be able to figure something out.
Daoji says, I saw some of the creatures from that village. They were making runes. Maybe they would know something. Or this oracle we're going to might too.
No, I don't have an identify spell. I'm just curious about it. Perhaps I'll keep it as a souvenir.
I'll take the mask as our token of we won.
Here, dwarf, would you mind carrying this? And yeah, Kodo's just gonna kind of hand it off to Malnik.
Malnik laughs and says, if you're gonna hand it to me, then I'll be keeping it. You can carry your own loot.
You might be able to get some use out of it. I don't
I can't
really
imagine
have
it being more useful than this
implements
hammer.
for carrying.
But you know what? That axe hurt a lot, so who knows?
Indeed, it did. Made me feel slow and sluggish for a moment. Could be useful in the fight ahead.
Maybe. Could be useful pawning it off, too. Make some money.
Hell yeah, son. Alrighty. Well, we did what we came here for. Let's move on to the Oracle then.
Sure. Still got a little bit left in me.
Yeah, I'm good to go. Wasn't too bad.
I am in fighting shape as well. Still knocking the rust off.
Alrighty.
Yeah, at this point, Fail or not Fail sorry.
For your tail.
Shit. Wrong fairy name. Yeah, Fiotel comes out, appears and says, "Hey, we're almost through the forest, Miss Sapling. That's some right handy work you did there. I'd have just kept running if it were me."
I was thinking about it if we couldn't find her. I hate things like that. Very tricky. Good job finding her, Monic.
Aye, didn't. Just barely spotted her. Just barely spotted her getting darting back behind that tree.
It could have went much more worse if that hadn't happened.
I agree.
Rather
Yeah,
sneaky for something as big as she was.
Yes.
I wonder where she came from.
I dunno.
Alright, well, lead the way, Theo. Let's get out of these woods.
She begins darting through the forest, and you follow. Takes a little while longer still. You still have a good little bit of walking ahead of you before it doesn't break completely, but it lightens up. It's not like this thick, overbearing foliage above you that's keeping light from trickling down. Now it's a well lit, sparse forest. But the trees you can see here, all of them are ancient and large, thick, and ancient, and jut up into the heavens. And as Fiotel darts around, you eventually come to one large, gnarled up, twisting tree, sitting by a large, crystal clear pond. And it seems to have a door carved into the front of it.
Man, this place is so pretty. Alright. I'll go ahead and give a knock on the door.
Okay. Oh no, I forgot to get a song. Bear with me for 1 second.
Oh.
It's important, I need it.
No song.
My immersion is ruined.
It's all gone.
This music does not fit the scene.
No.
Man, I've been fucking stuffing my face right now. Sorry for the long periods of silence.
No, you're good.
I keep muting my mic as I'm stuffing fucking chicken fried rice into my mouth.
Yeah, you guys were pretty much made for that fight there. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I was testing out some fucking combos that I had in mind with Kodal.
Let's see. So, as you wait for a moment until you hear like a squishing behind the door, and the door's yeah, like a squishing, like webbed feet kind of walking behind the door,
Oh.
and eventually it swings open, and you look for a moment because no one's there, and then you look down, you see like It's almost like a tree frog standing on its hind legs, and it's got a small little hat on it. And as you look into this room, you can see
Daoji looks down at it wide-eyed, and before he can even help himself, like, you are
It's a
so
frog.
cute.
It's a frog.
He can't even help himself. He's just, before he even thinks, he's like, you are so cute.
you see around in this room. It's pretty well decorated compared to the others. It's almost like being back in the material plane for a moment. You see like with a table with chairs around it and a cloth. You see bookshelves. A couple books are open still on the table. You see a couple of brooms that are sweeping the floor on their own
Oh
as
yeah.
well. And a set of stairs that seem to have been carved out of the inside of this tree that wind around to floors above.
He opens the door like, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. Alright.
This is quite the abode you have here, Koda will say as he kind of bows a little bit before stepping in.
The frog just looks up at you and kind of tilts ahead.
Are you the Oracle?
At the word oracle, it tilts its head again and starts walking towards starts to walk towards the stairway, the twisting stairs, I should say, and the squishing of its pads every step.
Daoji is enthralled. He is charmed. I'm just gonna follow in.
Total is just walking around the inside of the home, just looking at all the odds and ends that are about.
Okay. What were you doing, Daoji? Sorry.
I'm following the frog because I love it.
Okay. Malnik will be with you, Daoji, as you follow the frog up the steps. It goes up 2 flights of stairs, and you see into like it almost looks like a dining area. You can see all these rooms are circular because they're built into the tree. But in the end of this room, you see a large table and shelves with plates and pots and pans. A fire is going, and the pans seem to be cooking for themselves. But at the table, eating and drinking, you see it almost. Let me find her name again. It almost reminds you of Star. Do you remember Star?
The tabaxi.
Yes. It sort of reminds you of Star, but crossed with a human. You see a woman there. You see her face is mostly humanoid, with these cat-like ears and tufts of white fur seem to be creeping up her neck. She's wearing these dark black robes with purple and white accents. Leaned up next to her table, you see this gnarled-looking oak branch that at the top kind of curls down, and the fingers of the branch seem to be grasping this purple orb.
Daoji gives a
She
wistful sigh and is like, I think I'm gonna move here one day.
she looks up to you, and you can see her eyes are milky white. And she looks upon you. She looks upon you and says, "Ah, haven't had a visitor in a while, nonetheless, or much less one from, well, outside the Fae. But I'm sure you've gotten that a lot lately.
I was about to say, yeah, we've been hearing that non-stop since we got here.
Not
Yeah,
many mortals come here."
we're I don't have any excuses for that. We're trying to find some information. We got rid of your problem in the woods, by the way, and I flash up the bunny mask.
Roll an intelligence check, Daoji.
I'm really good at those. 15.
As you hold that up, she glances at it, but the way she's looking at things, it doesn't look like she sees quite the way you do. And with her eyes being milky white, you get the sense that she's
Yeah.
Blind, maybe?
Yeah. Well, I'll put the mask down anyway. I say the humming huntress in the woods. We dealt with her.
Hmm. That must be why the Numo haven't come to visit me then.
Yeah, they said they lent you some books on history and astrology, and that we need to come pick those up for them.
She chuckles and says, "Yes, I've quite finished with those. I have them downstairs."
Cool. Um. So hey, since we're here, I've kind of been asking everybody this. Do you happen to know anything about and Daoji whispers, the site Simon?
She says, "I know a few things. But I haven't been here as long as others, so it's harder for me to get information.
Are you?
Why do you seek them?"
One of my friends was kidnapped by them, and that's why I'm here trying to find out information about them.
That would explain why you're in the Fae, I suppose.
Are you
A
not from the
long
Fae?
travel for information. She cracks a smile and says, "Ah, you noticed, did you?"
Well, I just
Not
kind of assumed.
originally. Not originally, no.
Does that mean you're from my world then? Or are you from
The
somewhere else?
material plane? Yes. Once I was.
Hmm. I can see why you moved here. It's really nice.
It can be, but I suppose I was here for the same reason you were. There was information I wanted.
What kind of information?
Information about... She chuckles to herself and stands, grabbing her staff as she moves through the room. Universe, I suppose. I study that sort of thing.
The
Aether.
universe? What
How
is?
things work.
Oh, how things work.
Kotal's
Yes.
downstairs, just kind of like picking up things off of shelves, inspecting them, fucking around with stuff.
Yeah, as you do, like a frog's following you around and glancing up at you, making sure you're not getting into things you shouldn't.
Well, if you know anything. Oh, hey, what about the Fairy King? You know anything about that whole deal?
I do.
We're trying to fix that for the fairies, you see. I was gonna go in and maybe see if a knock on the head would fix her up, but
If it's hard enough, it would.
you think so?
Yes, because the only cure for her is death at this point.
Thought he frowns. You can't be serious.
She cocks an eyebrow and says, "Well, I suppose death has already befallen the king once, so I suppose you wouldn't really be killing the king, but more of what it became."
Oh man, when Fio hears that, she's gonna be pretty upset. Well, all the same, I think maybe we can do what we can.
Perhaps. I suppose, though, you'll need the artifacts for that they used to lock away the king.
Yeah.
But artifacts do the second purpose.
I'm sorry, AJ, you cut out at the end there.
Oh, so the artifacts do have another purpose. See, they are what's used to. Well, they are what's bestowed. Words are hard right now. What are granted to the next fairy king when, well, this sort of thing happens and a new one needs to be chosen.
I see. So if we got them all together, we could maybe get a new king in place?
You could. I don't suppose you want to be a fairy, though, do you?
No, I don't. But I'm trying to help the fairies out. I told them I would.
It would be good for you. It would be on their good side. They like to play tricks, for the lack of a better word, on people they like and dislike, truth be told.
Yeah, I know.
Have you seen their garden yet?
Yeah, I think I have. I actually one of them bound themselves to me the other day. She's gonna be my little friend.
A powerful ally indeed.
She's been useful so far. I I asked her for help, and she's gonna lead me around the Fae. In exchange, I'm gonna show her around the material world, as you call it.
I see.
Not really such a bad deal.
Not at all. Well, I suppose I'll give you what you came here for. So as she makes her way to the stairs, heading down to the bottom floor, she grabs up the open books that were on the table and says, and as you pass through the other floors, you can see, if you glance in, you see they've each got their own design. One seems to have this strange contraption with several different crystals and several different crystals. They seem to be very reminiscent to the ones you saw in the desert, and different runes and the like drawn on the floor. The next room has a large table with a crystal ball on it. Then when you reach the bottom floor, you see Kodal wandering around, kind of tinkering with the different aspects of this room.
Hey, that wouldn't have happened to been like a teleport thingy, would it?
Not quite.
Oh.
I used the contraption I believe you're talking about for communication.
Oh, I see. Could that... Daoji's not smart enough to figure this out, so... Daoji just shrugs. Okay. Find anything
This
interesting,
one,
Kodal?
why does it float like this, frog?
What was that?
I'm just making Kodal sidebar. And this one, why does it float like this, frog?
The frog just tilts its head up at you, kind of looking at the contraption. As they descend down onto your floor, you see the woman, Kodal, and she says, "The frogs don't speak, but they are useful."
They're adorable. They got
Huh.
little hats on.
She hands one of you the books and says, "Ah, where are my manners? There's so many things, and the Fae don't quite use names such as we use, but I am Yate."
Oh,
I am Kodal Kong.
I'm Daoji.
Yeah, do a little bow. Do a little bow. Yate. Yes.
So, is there anything else that you need assistance with on this day?
Not really. I can't think of anything. Kodal, you good?
Nor can I. My concern is the Fairy King, so I can leave this place and return to my tower.
Uh, should you seek to know anything or require further assistance,
What do
let
you...
me.
You said you know a few things about the Seven. Anything interesting? Like maybe something useful?
Suppose it depends on what you mean by useful.
Well, I gotta deal with them somehow. And honestly, it doesn't sound very promising. Do they have any kind of weakness? Or maybe you know something about the Zodiac Stones or something? Daoji shrugs at her and he gives him like a "I'm too dumb to know what I'm talking about" face.
I know the Zodiac Stones are, well, the relic of one of the calamities that befell the material plane, the source, many years ago. Believe it was
Yeah,
things.
demon kings or something like that, and then Knight sealed them away using the stones.
Yes, indeed.
I can't remember from the first session, but this is Kotal has heard it a couple times in Daoji's presence. The Saitsamon, Zodiac Stones, and then the Calamity. Do I have any am I pre or post Calamity?
Pre one of them barely.
Okay.
Zodiac Stones, I think we're past your time. Saitsamon, not by that name.
Okay. Okay. So Kotal's just gonna stand here still, looking oblivious to the conversation, but paying attention nonetheless.
Well, I appreciate the books anyway. I don't know. I'm kind of just lost, you know.
She goes on to say, well, dealing with them is going to be rather difficult. They've been around for quite some time and they're cunning. But I'm sure there is a way. They don't travel together all the time.
Oh.
They each have their own tasks ahead of them that their leader, I'm sure, divvies out to them. What their goals are, I'm not sure myself, but
They have a leader? Which one's their leader?
the man wreathed in shadows, I would assume.
Oh. I'm gonna pull out a little notebook and jot that down. That one's their leader, huh? Okay.
I would assume. From everything I've heard, he seems to be the one that has authority in that group.
His name is Vlad. Hey, you guys. Go out and terrorize Daoji and them, okay?
Grab the girl! Alright.
The big man Bernard, he wants that one.
Yo,
No. Reverse
you
gravity.
trust in magic. It's good, no?
They call him the wizard.
Oh, man.
Alrighty.
He
So,
travels through the Black Sabbath.
war pigs have the power. Okay, I have one last question for you, actually. We passed a tree on the way here, and Theo was talking about something called a cathay. Do you know what that is?
Somewhat. I haven't seen it myself. I know it knows a lot about the world from what I read, but it divvies that information out in a very manipulative way, I believe. It has its own goals and ambitions. It's very cunning.
Well, I'm thinking about going to talk to it. Everybody says I shouldn't, but you know, I barely listen to anybody nowadays. Alright, well, we should be going with these books, though. We don't have a lot of time, I don't think.
Very well. Maybe. And she says, if you ever want to come back, feel free.
I will. I like this place.
She nods and says, well, if you stay next time, I'll be sure to put on a pot of tea.
Great. You ready to go, Kodal?
Yes, I believe I've seen enough.
Cool. Alrighty then, let's go.
Alright.
See ya.
So,
when we
that's it?
Yeah, when we get outside, I'm gonna say, hey, Theo.
Yep, she appears and says, yes, my adorable little sapling.
Hey, I just talked to the oracle or whatever in there. This might be hard for you to hear, but she says the king has already died, and there's no way to fix that. She was like, something else has become the king in the castle. It's not the king that you had.
She says, yes, I was afraid of something like that being the case, but, well, she's become rather dangerous now, hasn't she? Being locked up in a castle like that all day, we can't even go to Little Ran by ourselves anymore.
I'd say I wasn't able to get a single word from her. I just awoke, and the next thing I know, I was turning into a tree.
They
But
say that with these 4 artifacts or whatever that we're collecting, we can appoint a new king.
perhaps.
I shrug at her. I just wanted to let you know. Maybe that's something your people could decide on.
Maybe. She says, but I do think we're going to need a more sensible king. The one that's not in her right mind. One like that. It's only dangerous.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's get these books back so we can get moving on then.
All right. So you make your way back through the forest. Are you guys going to stop by the cafe or?
Mm, here's the thing: Kotal's not close to death, but as in a big fight that could potentially be a big fucking doozy of a fight.
There's
I mean,
there
I'm
are
nowhere near death. I'm just saying, I
well,
don't. I'm
Theo
not
said that
available.
it's not going to attack.
Okay.
I think
Cool.
it's more of a mind game, or maybe it might try to lie to us or something like that.
All right. Cool.
I I'm willing to go by myself. I have. Are you immune? Are you? Can you break charm too?
Not yet.
So maybe it's better if I go
Yeah.
and try to talk to it because I can't. In character wise, the whole reason Daoji came here, like he's already gone to the point of going solo to the vampire lady to ask questions. I
Oh
can't
yeah.
imagine he'd be terrified of something else.
He's a man on a mission right now.
He's yeah, he came here. He already stepped through the portal to come here in the first place. This is why he's here. So I
Hey,
think
we don't have to stop completely for the night, but at 9:20, I do have to go take my sister to work.
Okay.
So if you guys just want to
I
do
don't
a
have
quick,
too much more planned
okay,
past getting back to the New Mo village for tonight,
okay,
so we won't have too much longer. So when 9:20 hits, we can end it there. That's fine.
okay, cool.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna talk to it.
Okay. As you guys breach the forest and you discuss that with the party, Theo says, "I'm not going to go over there, my sapling. You'll have to go alone for that one."
I'll just nod to her and say, I understand. You don't have to. Just you know,
I will follow you, but I'll stand a bit off to the side.
just keep a distance. Stay
Yeah.
back. Maybe stay out of earshot. I don't know if this thing might be able to cast a spell on us or something like that. If it
All right.
tries to mind like brainwash me or something, I'm relying on you two to crack my head a bit.
I think I'll be able to move you out of the location for a moment if that happens.
If something goes wrong, just be prepared.
Aye, I'll hit you right over the noggin. Don't worry.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'll
and Kotal will kind of follow like halfway, but he'll stop. I'll stop
all right, one sec.
once we get, I don't know, I'll say 100 feet away from the tree or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever I judge would be out of earshot of the tree.
So,
What I'm gonna
are you?
do is I'm going to take out my good bottle, my last bottle of the good shit. It's the last bottle I got, and I'm gonna kind of crack open the top of it, and I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna approach the tree, and I'm gonna sit and pull out my glass and kind of set it out in front of me.
So, as you do so, from the tree, you see something rustling in the tree itself, and you hear a voice here. Ah, a mortal comes to visit the Cathay. And why have you come here? Don't tell me. I can see it in your heart. You've come to ask about them, haven't you?
Daoji pours half a glass and raises it and says, I have. Do you care for a drink?
It gives a callous laugh, and you see butterflies kind of floating in the air around the tree. You see a you see a black one kind of floating there near the treetop. And all you see, Daoji, you're a fast guy. You're really fast. And you've got quick eyes, but even you can only make out a blur of movement. And the butterfly drops, its wings severed, to the floor, and it says, I don't partake in those drinks, and you can't buy me. But ask your question. I see what you want. Ask.
Daoji shrugs. He takes a sip of the desert rose and he says, My friend was taken by them. Where did she go?
Give me 1 second. Sorry. Looking at my notes, my bad.
No, you're fine, dude.
Kotal's standing out there in the field right now. He's pulled the leer off his back. And he's just strumming along. Twang. Twang, 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 twang. Yo! Ding-a-ling.
It seems it seems almost fascinated, and when it next speaks and says, "Ah, are you going to try to kill the Saitsimon?"
Daoji kind of makes a face and is like, I don't want to. That's not what I wanted to do. But they took my friend. I need to get her back.
Yes, you do. You know where she is. You just don't want to believe it. He gives another callous laugh and says, "But I'd hurry. The things they do to her. Oh dear.
What do you mean I already know? I don't know. That's why I'm here.
It was your destination the whole time."
What do you mean Pan Shui?
No, no, don't be so ignorant. You and your blighted friend.
What? Calidor.
It laughs and says, "Have you ever seen what black blood does to men of this realm?
No.
It's fascinating."
Daoji stands up and kind of brushes his nose off. So you're saying she's somewhere in Calidor then?
If you hurry, perhaps. But she might not be Ellie if you wait much longer.
Well, that's actually a lot of help. Thank you.
He gives a callous laugh and says, "And that's all you wanted from the Cathay?"
That's all I need. Do you have anything else?
Hmm.
What, you're expecting me to ask you if there's some kind of weapon against the Saitsimon, or some kind of cure for Arthur, or any of that? I'm not someone who wants to change fate, but Ellie, she doesn't deserve that. That's all I care about.
He. Give me 1 second. He says, just know that the Griffin's talons are tight. And too much more playing around up there. And. Hmm. hmm, How do I want to word it? He says, but for now, it's just beatings. But they're experimenting, creating a weapon.
Daoji, he's like pale in the face, and he stands up. I see. So there's no more time to waste then.
Run, 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 my little panchween.
Daoji simply gives a bow. You know, you're not so bad.
As you stand, you watch a bright yellow butterfly, a whir of movement, and it tumbles down wingless.
Alrighty. I'm gonna stand back up and I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
Alright. That's actually pretty helpful. I'm gonna go back to Kodal.
Yeah, as he approaches, I'm gonna just stop strumming for a moment. Well, you survived. Did you get anything useful from this?
Yeah, I did actually. We need to go to Calidor. Apparently that's where she is. Something about Griffin's talons, and they're trying to make a weapon. They're experimenting. She says, or he said, we don't have a lot of time left.
Well, we know where we're stopping last then. At least for this place. Onwards to the Fairy King.
Right. I think we need to take care of that very quickly, and then the next thing we need to do is get to Calidor as fast as we can.
Well, my goal is just to get out of here and back to my tower.
Oh, right.
I'm pretty sure the sorcerers, they must be worried, wondering where I am by now at least.
Where is this tower of yours again?
Well, funny enough, it's right there where the Fairy King is. When I awoke and exited my tower, I found myself in front of the Fairy King.
But
I passed through a portal.
oh, well, I don't hold you to anything. You do what you have to do. As for myself, I need to get these books back, and then we need to start moving again, quick.
Very well then.
With that, I'm gonna
Let us continue forward. Yeah, and Kodal just steps off, strumming away at his lyre again. Leaves from a vine. Okay.
The road goes
So-
ever on and on.
I think that's probably where we're going to end it for tonight. And we will
Alright.
back up. I'm going to do this weekend sometime during the week. Just let me know when y'all want to do it.
Yeah, I should have this upcoming weekend off. Oh.
Okay. So like Friday, Saturday, something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alrighty.
Cool.
All right. Well, yeah, I got to get back into the swing of things. I got to catch up with Arthur.
Yeah, just shoot me a message whenever you want to do that.
Yeah. Me too.
Playing
But
playing this campaign is like it's like playing fucking Clue.
I know. It's fucking spirals.
It was the Caledorans in the Caledor
It was the room you were in
with the
all
Griffins.
along.
I know.
Right. Well,
Turns
that's all
out
right.
coming to the Fae was a
Arthur had
waste of time. Yay!
Arthur had a suspicion that's where we were going because that's where all the fucking most fucked up shit is.
Basically Mordor.
Yeah, really is like fucking Mordor. I
There's some neat stuff happening there. I think Arthur's gonna get a kick out of it.
bet he will. I bet he'll get several kicks out of whatever is going on in there after the information he has uncovered. Yeah, he's gonna be rolling
Well,
kicks.
that pretty much sets my plans. Get out of the Fae and fucking go there. Hooray!
Great. Just don't run in fucking headlong because Arthur is not ready yet.
Fuck,
Arthur
man,
wasn't
it's
ready.
gonna be like, I know he said hurry, but I gotta fix this Fairy King shit, and then I gotta figure out a way to get out. I used gate to get here.
I'm pretty sure that the portal that Kodal passed through is the way out.
Oh,
Kinda sure.
I hope so.
Hopefully, we will see. But all right, I'm gonna hop off here then.
Okay,
All right, I'll shoot you a message.
sure.
Alright,
All right, take it easy, guys.
see ya.
Yo.
See ya.
I can see why Theo doesn't want to go near it, because it would cut our fucking little fairy wings off. What an asshole.
Necessarily, it tries to. It's an interesting creature.
Yeah. I didn't want to push my luck or anything. I just want to be like, where's Ellie? That's where she is? Alright, see ya. I didn't know if it was gonna try to dominate me or something. I wonder if they're still planning on doing some shit tonight.
Probably.